So AI is changing everything, but what really can you do with it? Hi, I'm Eric Woodridge, Professor and Director of the Additive Manufacturing Center for KCTCS. And what I want to tell you about today is a new application of AI that we're very excited about and are integrating it into our additive manufacturing coursework or 3D printing coursework. You know, one of the problems with 3D printing is not so much the 3D printer. The technology itself has gotten where you can buy a printer, get a box received, about 10-15 minutes you can have that printer operating very effectively, and it's just getting better and better. You know, the days of when we had to really do a lot of fiddling and figuring things out with the printer to make it work and constantly repairing things, those are kind of over. Now, consumer printers that you can order right online are, not only state of the art, but capable of just producing with very little effort on the user's part. But the problem, though, is that you still have to have something to print. There's the key issue. Now, in our coursework, when we teach students how to do additive manufacturing and workforce members, is that we have to show them, hey, you can go maybe download something and print it off. Or, more commonly, you are taught on how to use CAD packages like Autodesk Fusion and SolidWorks to actually produce a model that then goes to the printer and the printer prints it off. So there's still that barrier of where does the 3D model come from? Do I make it myself? And therefore, do I have to learn the software like Fusion to make it happen? You know, it takes time to learn that. It takes visualization, it takes skill, it takes a lot of training. I mean, not a lot, but it takes some. So it's still that next hurdle to get you in terms of doing 3D printing. Now, however, we're introducing a new piece of technology that is readily available that allows you to go from, instead of modeling the 3D part yourself in CAD, you can describe with text what the 3D part should look like, and the software will make it for you. It's an AI-generated tool made by Zoo Labs, and it's a great piece of technology. It allows a person to simply use a text prompt to describe the part. It makes the 3D model, and then you take that 3D model and put it to your printer. Essentially opening the doors for a person who doesn't have a lot of time to learn a new CAD package to just type out what they want, and there they go. Plus, it's getting better and better. Now, this is the early stages, so the more we use it, the better it gets, but it is opening the door, and that's the key thing here. What it's going to look like next year or the year after is going to be amazing. It just needs time to learn and users to do it. So as you can see in this quick little snippet, you can see a user just describing out what they want, typing it through, entering the prompt in, and then the software turns around and creates it into the three-dimensional object. And that three-dimensional object is something we're used to. We normally call it a parametric model, and we have to design it out ourselves, but now it's just there. We take that model, turn it over to the printer, and there we go. So it's really more about how well you articulate what you're describing than it has anything to do with your CAD skills. You know, for example, if you can describe a sprocket and the number of teeth and the diameter, or if you can describe a screw or bolt and the pitch of the threads and the size, that's what you need, especially when it comes to common objects. Your ability to detail it out in written form is the key factor here. So this is all about your ability to think about what you say or about what you need and communicate that to the prompt and the AI and let it go from there. So then it's just a matter of taking your file and exporting it out as an STL or other file format that a printer can use, and then printing it out. Now, things you have to watch for, of course, are what units you're describing and, the particulars. Is it perhaps an angle bracket, or is it in fact a screw? Is it a wood screw? Is it a machine bolt? Those things matter. Does it have a hex head on top of it? All part of your articulation as you learn to talk through the prompting process. So we've now taken that piece of technology and integrated into our typical additive manufacturing coursework, because our goal at the AMC is to always bring the latest and greatest to our students and our technicians. So proud to announce it, proud to show it off. It is definitely worth your time checking out. Of course, if you're always interested in having courses with us, just let us know. We can get you signed up. But it's a great opportunity because now 3D printing is truly going to be available for everyone. You know, the database will take time to build up and files get better, but now you don't even have to really be good at CAD to get what you need. And so the days of being able to describe out and just in text, maybe you have to get a little bit more descriptive, but the ability to use that text prompt logic, that text prompt mentality, the chat GPT mentality to communicate with the AI and create what you need into an actual physical object made by a 3D printer is coming, and technically is here, just needs a little bit more improvement. So check it out. Let us know if we can help anytime. Of course, thank you for watching and keeping in touch with what we've got going on. The applications for this and then eventually applications in concrete 3D printing to go with it are just phenomenal. So enjoy and let us know how we can help. We'll see you.